The idea for the name WEEVAC came from the business mentor that I had. This gentleman, Walter Bellion, showed me how to set up my production costs and everything, because when I first started, of course, my background was medical research. I had not a clue what I was doing when it came to managing a business. And so I took this course, and during the first couple of weeks, he kept saying, "Well, what do you call this?" And I said, "Well, I've been trying to come up with a name, and this man is brilliant." And so we brainstormed and came up with, baby vac, and that sounded more like a vacuum cleaner for babies, or a few things. And one Sunday morning, he called and he said, it's one of those eureka moments. He said, "I've got it." I said, "Okay, what?" And he said, "WEEVAC, get the WEEVAC." He said, "It has to be something like get the Kleenex, get the WEEVAC." So that's how the name, and every time when people ask me that, I think of Walter Bellion, because he was such an interesting man. Well, the idea of this stretcher came when I was watching news coverage of the Mexican earthquake on TV. And in Mexico City, one of the hospitals had collapsed down, pancaked down, floor on floor. I was doing medical research on the neonatal intensive care at Hospital for Sick Children. And our primary focus was premature infants. So when the news came that they were pulling premature infants out of the hospital rubble in Mexico City, that got my attention. And what I saw were rescuers moving these tiny little people onto a huge adult-sized pole stretcher, and somebody would hold on to them, and then they would run to get them to whatever staging area. And I thought, wow, there has to be a better way of doing that. And if you back it up, you wouldn't have probably been able to change that situation, because earthquakes are so instantaneous, no warning whatsoever. But if staff had a way, a quick, simple way of getting infants out of a neonatal intensive care, or a normal nursery for that matter, that was quick, safe, 8-pound stretcher, empty, so you load it with 10-pound babies. That's a 68-pound stretcher. 2 nurses can walk away with that. And so I started drawing, and of course I'm not a great drawer, so I did it with rulers and whatnot, and finally came up with what I thought was as simple an idea as possible. I mean, you start with all the bells and whistles, and then you think, you pare it down to its most common denominator, so that it's completely adaptable to whatever unit is going to use it. I don't know the patients they have. I don't know the setup they have. I don't know the staff they have. But what I can do is provide them with a basic stretcher that's going to move any number of children, any size of child, based on the sales across North America, New Zealand, Britain, Bermuda. I think I've done that.